Oh, a little late today, a little late. But we are sitting in our house. We got some crazy weather yesterday, last night. It's going to be today. It's going to be all week. It's going to be just insane. We are trying our best to get as much done and stay as safe and dry as possible at the same time. It's been a very, very difficult thing lately. It's either 90 degrees, super, super hot, or rainy, nasty, tornado, just...
Yeah.
So, we started talking about this the other day, and it's kind of funny because...
Oh.
You okay? I went to Lowe's, and I was getting some stuff, and the lady brought it up as well. So, we said the other day, I was like, okay, we built houses in many different conditions, different times of the year. And I think I found out that there is no good time to build a house.
Yeah.
You're either hot and sweaty, humid, rainy, snow. No matter when you start, it's not a good time.
And then I said, but the fall. And then you just said that's just such a short window.
It lasts about 2 weeks. And then when I was at Lowe's I was getting supplies, and I forgot what the lady said, something like, well, good luck, it's supposed to be bad weather. And then, or maybe this was Tractor Supply. I don't remember. But I was like, just trying to work around this weather. She's like, there is just no good time to build a house. And I said, I just had that whole conversation with my wife.
Yeah.
There's not. And we have started building in every possible time of the year you could think of. And I have zero advice for anybody, in Oklahoma at least, on when to try to build, because I don't know when the best time to build is.
Yeah.
If you're doing it yourself, if it's going to take a while, you're going to go through all the seasons anyways.
Well, if you're dealing with concrete, definitely start when it's warmer.
Yeah, don't do winter.
I can recommend that.
Yeah. But yeah, and then we kind of joked after doing some work and stuff. We were like, we feel like we could probably build a tiny house in like 2 weeks.
Oh.
At this point.
Yeah, because we were actually sitting here and just kind of looking. It's like, I totally feel like we could just throw up a tiny house like that now. Like,
with all our experience and everything we've done. And I said, if we started with the slab that was already ready, and we didn't have to build the floor, we didn't have to do that.
Oh, we could just throw that sucker up.
Build it pretty quick. You get these false illusions, though, of thinking that you could. We'd get into it, and it'd be like, oh my God, what are we doing? But I really do feel like we could get into building something smaller and knock it out quick. And we were looking, too, which is, I guess I just never put two and two together. So this house is 30 feet wide, and where our bedroom and bathroom area is, that comes out about 15 feet. And with the roof extending and everything, that's literally the size of our tiny house that we built at Shooting Ranch. And that's not even half this house. And because I told Danielle we were working, I was like, this is the biggest thing we've ever done. Oh. Like, this is crazy. This is the biggest thing we've ever done.
I know people give a lot of flack, too. It's like, about time-wise. But, two, we got to think, most of the time we truly were waiting on concrete weather when we started.
That was the majority of it.
It's, if you look at like when we actually started, and then I guess then after that we had to wait for more concrete.
Yeah.
Hasn't been that much time.
No. In the grand scheme of actually building, it hasn't been that bad. It's mainly been hurry up and wait. And every time we do stuff like this, being content creators and then just kind of the people who we are anyways, I'm always thinking like, how could we help someone in a situation that wants to build or whatever? And my first thing would be like, don't do it. Just kidding. It's 100% worth it in the end. It's just more, that's what we're thinking, like, when is a good time of the year to start? When, how would we do it? And honestly, I think the only thing that I would go back and change, clearly we wish the concrete would have been done and we could start working, we could start doing this or whatever, is one, just be prepared to change everything. No matter what it is, be prepared to start fresh and have new ideas or have plan A, B, and C ready but when you start. But also, if you're kind of watching this channel, you're kind of in the same dream, whatever. I would have probably got rid of all our animals, all of them.
Oh, we've already.
Yeah, but as much as it sucks, because the hardest animals for me to get rid of would be breakfast, and then the goats. Breakfast would be the main one because I don't think you'll find another pig like that. And then the goats are like the best 3 female goats ever. But with Lambo and Reba being gone, we held on to them we held on to Lambo forever, and then we got Reba because of Lambo. But it was so hard to get rid of them that we didn't want to do it because of our heartstrings. But now that they're gone, I'm like, oh, I would have got rid of all the animals at the beginning if I knew we could be in a house already and be comfortable. As long as you knew they were going to a good place, you don't just get rid of them and just willy-nilly throw them away.
Yeah.
But that was the hardest part, is you get attached to these animals and you have the thought process of, I'd like to get rid of them, but I feel bad because what if they don't go to a good home? What if, because they get spoiled, you treat them a certain way and you want them to live that life. But now that Lambo and Reba are gone, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel as bad as I thought I would, because it puts us ahead. It puts us where we don't have to worry about that anymore. And we can actually, like, I think this, even though we've had crazy weather, we've gotten more accomplished this week than we had in months.
Yeah. It's also the stress of not having to, like, worry about, like, oh, we need to add more fencing here, do this there for that.
Go get even more hay, go get more feed, I mean, having the cows was so much more to it than most people would probably think.
Yeah.
And with the goats and the pigs, they're not even touching the hay at all. We threw a bell and they don't even touch. They started just sleeping on it. And there's so much for them to eat out there, and which it would have been fine for the cows as well. It's just the cows, you still have to have enough hay for them to eat with all of that, and then them busting out of the fence, and then just everything about it. It literally made our life so much easier without them. Yeah. And it was the hardest thing to get rid of them because of our heartstrings to them.
And then too, I mean, we've talked about it before. Anytime we would give advice, it's like 100% take care of yourself first before even anything with animals. Yeah. Because especially if you're doing it this way. Yeah. Yeah.
And 100%. I think
100%.
Believe it or not, for some people, we really try to put ourselves last. We don't really put ourselves first in the situations. We're always like, oh, well, we want to make sure that the animals are good, or this person's good, or that person, or whatever the case may be. And I think we've definitely learned you got to be selfish sometimes. You don't have to be a selfish person all the time in life. It's just, in order to be in the position to be selfless, I guess, you got to put yourself first to be comfortable, so then you can help others, or you can put others first. But if you're always putting others first, you'll never put yourself first, which puts you behind and puts you last. And that's like a huge awakening for us, I guess, is, you know what? If people don't like it, they're just going to have to understand it. And the animals, as much as you want it, you got to figure it out. I mean, there's just so much to it that we've learned. You got to be selfish sometimes. And that sounds bad, but it just truly is. Like, take care of yourself and follow your gut instinct, and everything else will be fine. And anybody that's in your life should understand that. And then your animals, they just gotta, it just is what it is.
Yeah. And too, I mean, I think since, we're having a baby is whenever we really, that's when, because it's also, we're being selfless, because we have to think about the baby more than anything, obviously. Yeah. So it's like, what do we need to do for this little child?
Yeah, and that's definitely what really inspired us to start really.
I mean, priorities. Definitely change.
And that's the thing too, is like, for the, many years we've had animals, we always had build the barn, build the fence, do this and do that. And we weren't building for ourselves as much. It was okay to sacrifice that. It was okay to be in that predicament, be like, you know what, it sucks, but now that a baby's on the way, it's like, no, that it would just, what the animals are our baby. So we're here to take care of the kid. And I think literally everybody on this channel is very much aware. We do have a house in town. We are trying to build as much as we can, as fast as we can, but also at the same time, we are making sure we're good to take care of the kid at the house in town, but also get this built. So the top priority is we have a house finished. We're going to make sure that's set up perfect for the baby. So as soon as the baby's there, there's no questioning it whatsoever. But also get this done. And it's very weird too, because like the whole motivation was like, all right, we have this many days till the baby. We're going to get this house done or whatever. And then I don't know if it was just me trying to be gung-ho, or I don't know what the right thing would be.
A lot of it though is too, it's like also, there's a baby coming. We also need to be saving
correct
for that, instead of
just put all into this.
Yeah, so that's a big factor.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I talked about this on the Crocker video, the whatever I titled it, "This Gotta Stop" or whatever, the hate or whatever, which I really do think I'm a very misunderstood person. And all of that, I don't care what people say. I don't care what them saying it's me.
But if you care, then why are you talking about it?
Yeah.
So he wasn't talking about himself.
No.
And this is just a generalized...
Yeah,
let me say it. Maybe that's the thing. Yeah. It's just kind of like a generalized, hey, these content creators, especially... if you're building, like, we know the struggle of that. Like, these people are trying their hardest, and there's a lot that go into it. It's just like, hey, sometimes spreading the love goes a lot further.
Yes.
It's just like
or let's
make YouTube fun again.
Yeah, my biggest thing was there's such a small group of people out there that want to bash, but they're the loudest. So let's make the loudest the best. So let's get the nicest people being the loudest, and let's drown those people out. Because there's a channel, This Off Grid Life. Right? Is that what it's called? The Off Grid Life. This Off Grid Life.
Oh.
I'm going to mess it up now.
We always mess up.
Yeah, but y'all know who we're talking about. Their channel's doing absolutely amazing. They watch our stuff.
Yeah, they jump in live.
Yeah, and they're just a very, very nice young couple. They just finished their house. They bought new property, and they're doing stuff. And their video popped up, and I clicked on the video, and I looked at the comments, and people were bashing them. And people were like, you guys got to understand winter's coming. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's what they told us all the time. You got your priority. You're out here planting trees. That's not the priority. You should build a house for your wife, or I think it's wife or girlfriend. I don't know. You need to do this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are murdering YouTube. I mean, doing phenomenal. They just finished a house and everything, and they're getting berated in their comments. This is crazy to me, because they did a video showing some animals.
Yeah.
This is crazy to me. And I was like, oh, I get it. I do get it. I really get it. It's not just us.
But so whenever Jason talks about that, it's not like him complaining about Jason getting the hate. Because trust, Liv, this is a different...
I could not care less. And
it's just kind of like a generalized too. And then also... some people might not believe, but Jason doesn't like when other people are getting berated.
Oh, I don't want to see people go through what we've been through. Like, I don't want to see that.
The biggest thing, too, is Jason wears his heart on his sleeve and cares about others. So it's like...
believe it or not.
It's just like, hey, maybe let's just spread positivity.
Yeah. And what it really was, too, was I saw that a lot of people... because it tells us who y'all watch. It literally says... your audience also watches, and then it ranks it from the highest amount they watch to the lowest amount.
Yeah.
And some of the channels that I was talking about, they're in there. And it's more of, hey, why don't I know we have such a large audience that's super supportive and awesome. Let's go really throw it out there of being nice. Because most people, this is how it goes. It's like leaving reviews. When you go eat somewhere and the food is awesome and it's great service, you leave, you're happy, you're full, you go home and you go on with your day. But people that suck, or people that had a bad experience, they're the ones that get on there and leave a crazy review. I'm not saying that if you've ever left a review, you're crazy or you're a bad person. I'm just saying the majority of people that do it. So I started in life not worrying about reviews, unless there's like 1 star or something. But like most people, when you go to a restaurant, I never leave and be like, I'm going to leave a review.
Yeah. But
people that had a bad experience will do that. And that's what the comment sections are a lot of on social media. And I was just like, you know what? How about we just like really build this up into something fun and something awesome? And I'm sure this is part of it. I only watched part of their video, but like, there's a massive channel, Living Traditions. They just quit. They have like 800 and something thousand subscribers, been doing it for 10 years, and they literally just quit. They said maybe they're not quitting forever, but for a long time, they're not going to post anymore. They want to live a more simple life. They want to not be bogged down with all the stuff that they got on YouTube to show. And it's because I could almost guarantee it, part of it is hate and then the grind behind it and all that stuff. Like, let's make YouTube fun again. So there's channels like that people enjoy will stick around. Outdoor Boys is a massive channel. He just quit because it got too overwhelming outside in his real life of people following him, people finding where he lives, people harassing him, people wanting to take photos with him constantly, people this and that. And let's make YouTube fun again. Like, start to realize what people are doing, and let's overpower the bad people and to keep the people around that you want to keep around. And again, so we said earlier, the positivity and the overwhelming support of that goes way further than most people even realize. Even just hey, I saw this video clip in your video and it was such a cool shot. That'll mean more to them than anything.
And Jason's
like,
not saying this, comment that for us.
No, for
what he's saying is
in general on social media. Yeah.
Just spread the love.
Yeah, and it goes such a long way. But
no Lucy's.
The majority of people that watch and are super supportive, we just don't comment. We don't do that. And I'm not saying you got to get on there and comment every video, but just every now and again, I love the comments that we get that are like, hey, I normally don't comment, but... And then they're like, I've been supporting you for this long, for years, since the beginning, this and that, and I never comment. I just wanted to say this. And those mean the world to us.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a difference between, like, criticism and just, like, hate. Because, obviously,
yeah,
you're not going to please everyone. That's life and everything. Yeah. And, obviously, all positive comments isn't good either.
No, you got to have both. But it's just bad when it's overwhelming. Because there was a thing I saw, and it's like, why do you try to please everyone when you don't even like everyone? Yeah. You know, so why you're not ever gonna be able to please everyone because you don't even Lucy, stop, girl. Dang. She just too much.
But what were we talking about before?
I don't know. Just us building, trying to get this stuff done. This is the biggest thing we've done. Just all of that. It's not a good time to build. I don't know.
Forgot what we were saying.
Yeah, but the moral of the story is, like, I think just in life in general, we need to start spreading more positive. We need to start doing more good in the world, because you can get on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or X, whatever it's called, or whatever, and unfortunately, more bad is being put out there than there is good. And but
in reality, there's more good in the world.
Way more good.
It's just what?
Yeah. So if you could do your part, whether that's in real life or on the internet, you know, just thanking a veteran for his service, or buying his coffee, or telling someone you're walking past, man, I really like that shirt. You know, giving somebody a compliment or whatever it is, like, that goes so much further in life. And I know some people are like, Jason, you're the worst person in the world. I've been a very bad person, and I've been a really good person. And you just, it's very hard to figure it out, but I have figured out that being a positive person and being I guess caring for others is a lot better. It's a lot better. There was a time in my life where I just did not care. I truly did not care. And it gets you nowhere. It truly gets you nowhere. And the world does revolve with good and bad, and it's part of it. But I would much rather be part of the good side than the bad side. And that's just where I'm at, and maybe we'll be ranting for a while about spread positivity. I mean, if that's the worst that's coming out of us right now, and you got to hear it a lot, it can't be that bad.
I feel like we've been ranting that on here for about 5 years now.
To be positive?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But hey, that's better than getting on here just, you know, ranting about bad stuff, I guess. But we should have a video coming out tomorrow. A lot has gone on. A lot has really been happening, good and bad, and you guys will see that. We are, again, just battling the rain, and it's tornado season, and apparently I saw a thing that's Tornado Alley has kind of shifted.
Remember I said that it seems like most tornadoes, which there was a bunch in Oklahoma last night, but it seems like most are now, at least this year, Arkansas, Mississippi, kind of over there.
Yeah, which
definitely
we've dodged a lot this year compared to years before. We've had some crazy stuff in Oklahoma, but
it's just not been near as bad.
Yeah, so thankfully for us, but it sucks for other people. It's just, please let us get this done and have it finished before we have another bad year of tornadoes and stuff. We'd have a better chance of this surviving than if we were hit right now, which last night was a little worrisome with circulations around here and 60-mile-an-hour winds and stuff. But I think you guys will enjoy the next video on the Crockers, especially if you enjoyed the last video on the Crockers. I do enjoy working and getting stuff done, and I think now is at the point where a lot more progress is being made, and especially like bigger portions of the progress, and I think you guys will enjoy it.
Did we even talk about like the debate? We've gone back and forth between using the zip system and not. Did you?
Is that a freaking... All right, we're going to go check that out. I don't know what's going on, so... All right, guys. Hope you have a good one. Bye. All right, guys, so what happened was breakfast, his mouth's going to be a little bloody. He bit the thing because there was feed on there. We fed the goats, and his tooth was stuck, and we had to pick it up and get him out. So that's what that was. He's doing okay, but that was definitely a scary situation. We're going to get rid of that feeder now. Even though it was an accident, we're just going to get rid of it. We got it for the cows anyways, but I wanted to update you guys and let y'all know rather than ending it like that. So he is doing good, but that's what it was.